Y'all, this is so much fun. I'm just gonna keep it moving. Please scream, shout, clap, cheer for your very next comic. It's Dan!
Gonna be a tough act to follow. I got no settler dick. I had some jokes, but it's been a fun night. I'm kind of nervous because the thing I kind of wanted to tell you about is I came back to comedy after my partner passed away, and I was going to tell you about it, and I want to tell you about it, but I'm also nervous that it will make you sad or uncomfortable. Which is kind of weird because my partner died and I'm worried about your feelings. I don't know, maybe I'm scared you won't like her. But you would, because she was great. Not perfect, I have no illusions about that. She was so unbearable when she beat me at Scrabble. Just this obnoxious little dance. It was brutal, it was so... But when the chips were down, she was always big-hearted and kind. And even in the most... She had this really traumatic surgery, and she still handled it with grace, even no matter how scared she was. Even coming out of the anesthesia, her first words was to thank the doctor. Thank you for putting my nipple back. That is not a sentence I have heard before or since. It's weird because the last word I heard her say was frick. Isn't that sweet? If you're ever justified in dropping an F-bomb, I feel like that would be the place, but she just couldn't do it. She just, that U was out of there. She just threw the R-I in. Nobody, only God was completely fooled. Just frick. Frick, there's no U in frick. You can't do that. I'm hung up on this frick thing because of my last words to her, which were, you're doing great. That's what I came up with. That was the best I could. And I totally blame the nurses for it because she wasn't super responsive. So they were like, no, just talk to her like you normally will, and she'll find the sound of your voice comforting. Which is totally malarkey now that I'm, later. Is that what we want, spouses? In a moment like that, for our partners to talk to us the way they normally do? Just on the edge of eternity, and then, I'm missing my keys! Did you buy pickles? Making soup. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's sad, but it's also weird because it was such a change in pace, because she needed a lot of support when she was in the hospital, and not nearly so much when she was in an urn, just light dusting. So I had a lot of time to reflect, and it's just awful because I've never had this happen, so I don't know how to grieve properly. Am I the right amount of sad? I mean, I don't want to be, run afoul of the grief police, be let off in handcuffs by the bereavement cops for, possession of dead girlfriend jokes with intent to distribute. But on the other hand, I don't want to make an embarrassing scene crying at a McDonald's because the wrong song came on the radio. Wiping my tears with a McDouble wrapper. Because the fuckers never give you enough napkins. Oh, man. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks a lot. I've got one more thing before I go. And that is, I'm kind of angry about this whole thing. I'm not angry at her for dying. I'm angry at her for dying first Because now she knows what happens next, and I don't. And that drives me insane. Yeah. You know why? Because maybe it's petty, but I've seen that smug dance she does when she wins the Scrabble. Now that she knows the secrets of the universe, she's going to be insufferable. Almost makes me not want to die. Yeah, I'll be there on my deathbed. She'll be there at the end of a tunnel of light, not unlike that one. You know, her hair's back. She's got both breasts. I'm like, oh, this is so nice. And then she breaks into that stupid little dance. I'm like, why are you ruining this for her? She's like, oh, come on. You're doing great.